Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be changing the coolant and brake fluid on my 2019 Honda CBR300R, and on my owner's manual it's supposed to be replaced every 2 years. First thing I did is I removed the middle cowls on both sides of the motorcycle. And here's the instructions on how to remove the middle cowl. You have a total of 5 bolts and 2 clips. Here's the third bolt and the fourth bolt. And then the last bolt. And now I'm going to be removing the clips, and there's 2 of them. All I have to do is press down the center pin and pull the clip out of the hole. But now I'm ready to remove the middle cowl. So first thing I did is I released the tabs from the slots on the top, and also I carefully released the hooks. And be careful not to apply weight to the middle cowl. Right, so the next thing I did is I removed the harness back lip, and to do that you have to press both sides of the anchor. And here I just pull the connectors from the turn signal, and don't pull it from the wire, pull it from the connector. Same process pretty much applied to the other side. Alright, here I'm just removing the undercowl for both sides by removing the bolts, and it should come right off. I removed the cover for the reserve tank for the coolant by unscrewing the screw. This right here is the drain bolt for the coolant, and it usually comes with an arrow. This is where the coolant fluid will come out. Alright, to remove the radiator cap, you just have to unscrew the screw, and then once you remove the cap, the old coolant fluid should come from the hole where the coolant drain bolt was. I rinsed out the old coolant fluid by using a distilled water. I repeat this process until I see the water is clear. So I pretty much did the same thing for the reserve tank for the coolant. I filled it up with a distilled water, and then I sucked it out using the fluid extraction tool through the hose that's connected to the radiator. I repeat this process until I see the water is clear. So here now I'm just reinstalling the hose to the radiator and also screwing back the coolant drain bolt. So this is the coolant fluid that I'm using, and I'm gonna link it in the description below. I'm gonna be filling up the reserve tank and the radiator. I started my bike to make sure the fluid is circulated to the cooling system, and then after that I refilled it as necessary up to the brim of the radiator. And that's it. I reinstalled the radiator cap and put the screw back in. So now I'm going to be working on flushing out my brake fluid. So the first thing I did is I cover up the front brake reservoir to avoid any spills, because brake fluids are extremely corrosive and could damage your paint. And then I removed the cover by unscrewing the two screws on top. I attached a clear tube on the brake caliper nipple, and this is where I'm going to be bleeding out the brake fluid from. I sucked out the old brake fluid from the reservoir using the fluid extraction tube, and I filled it up with the new brake fluid. And then I pumped the brakes a couple of times and then hold it to the last one. Turn the bolt counterclockwise, and this will release the old brake fluid out. So you pretty much just loosen the bolt and then flush the brake fluid out and retighten it, and then pump the brakes again, and then you just repeat this process over and over until you see the new brake fluid comes out of the tube. Here you can see the new brake fluid is a little clearer than the older one, and then I just made sure to fill it up above the lower mark. And that's pretty much it. I just have to put the covers back to the brake fluid reservoir. And the same process goes on the rear brakes. It's just that the reservoir is on a different location. So here I remove the cover of the rear brake reservoir, and then after that I suck out the brake fluid using the fluid extraction tool. So here I pump the rear brakes and then loosen the bolt to release the brake fluid out, and then retighten the bolt and then pump the brakes again. So you pretty much just have to repeat this process over and over until the new brake fluid comes out. And I made sure that there's always a brake fluid in the reservoir to avoid any bubbles getting in the system. And that's pretty much it. You just have to put the cover back on the rear brake reservoir and then put everything back together. I made sure that the brake fluid is in between the lower and the upper level mark of the reservoir. And here's the comparison of the old brake fluid with the new brake fluid. Thank you guys so much for watching.